Well, my next guest offers hope for parents and caregivers caring for children with autism. Her own daughter, Lyrica's autism was so severe, doctors recommended she be institutionalized. But you know a mother's love, it knows no bounds. Gayle Barkley has written this book. It's called AWEtism, chronicling her journey, and she's sharing her story with us this morning. We're so happy to have you here. Good morning to you, Gayle.
Good morning. It's a joy to be here.
It's a joy to have you. How would you describe the book AWEtism to others?
Danielle, our book, AWEtism, was written on 3 different levels. On the first level, it's an incredible story of our journey, Lyrica's and mine, along with several other autistic individuals. All the autistics are nonverbal and communicate via a process of supported typing. Danielle, I could never, in my wildest imagination, have come up with such a compelling saga of courage and transformation and perseverance.
One of the things I love is you talk about people with autism as having gifts. You look at it as a gift. What might be an example of one of these autistic gifts?
Lyrica talks about mind talking, her word for telepathic communication. She communicates with her friends freely and completely in this way, and I'm always surprised and delighted when they tell me something about her that they could only know via mind talking.
Mind talking? What is that? How does that work?
Well, it's telepathic.
It's telepathic.
And I'd like to share a brief conversation that took place between Lyrica and her young autistic classmates. It says so much about the paradigm shift in our book. We laughed at how the school wanted us to conform. Teachers trying to fix our flat tire that they saw. The tire wasn't really flat. It was a different kind of tire that no one understood. And so to us, autistics are not broken individuals who need to be fixed. Rather, they're here in a unique form to support their purpose to bring forth higher love and more unity and harmony for humanity.
Well, you know, they always say God does not make mistakes, and so I believe that to be true. I have to tell you, Gayle, the title of the book, AWEtism, because you spell it AWE-tism. How did you come up with that?
Well, Danielle, actually it came through in a meditation, and I rejoiced at its perfection. For most people, the word autism, the AWEtism, brings up feelings of fear and hopelessness and gloom and doom.
I'm curious about the subtitle of the book, A Hidden Key to Our Spiritual Magnificence.
The message of the autistic writers is very clear. They teach about their gifts not to draw attention to themselves, but to show us who we are and who we can become. All we have to do is go inside and search for our own spiritual gifts. And I am a true believer and graduate of this process, as I am now able to communicate with Lyrica and her friends using my own awakened telepathic gifts. Another miracle and an example of our spiritual magnificence.
Can you explain more about your experience of the awe factor? Because you are continually in awe of your daughter, Lyrica, and the progress she made, because, you know, in the book you talk about doctors saying that she should be institutionalized.
And that's a very good point, because it was when that awe factor in autism came through to me that it changed my whole experience. And as a mom, I tried desperately to reach Lyrica. When she was 8 years old, she could already read a little bit, so I had this great epiphany. Well, let's take her to the computer and see what happens. And so I invited her to speak to me, and she took my finger and she typed out the one sentence that would change both of our lives forever. I am not retarded. I am intelligent. It was such a miracle.
Oh my gosh, wow.
And then from then on, she's been my teacher and I'm the student. And using her autism gift, she's brought through these inspired writings that reflect upon the big questions like, why are we here? What's the purpose of life?
I think that's wonderful. You know, having gone through this journey, any last words that you'd like to share with our audience who may have a child or children who are autistic and who may be needing words of encouragement? What would you say to them this morning?
Just to try to look at them differently and see the awe that I've been blessed to be able to see. And when I learned so much from Lyrica about why autistics behave the way they do, and ways that we often judge as being maladaptive. And yet when I tuned in, I saw a whole nother way of seeing autism. And it did change the experience for me.
How old is Lyrica now?
She's 36.
36,
Yeah.
and still your baby.
She's still my teacher. That's the way I look at it.
I think that is such a wonderful story. Thank you so much, Gayle, for coming by and sharing this journey with us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Once again, the book is called Autism, spelled A-W-E. For more information on Gayle or the book, please visit the website autism.com.